Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Gaming Quitter, the most delicious quitter of them all. Today we are going to take a look at the newly announced Gala Dragalia Remixed, and I say we because I am not alone today. I have two wonderful guests here. Please introduce yourself.
Hey guys, it's me, 0rthodox. Back with a different kind of video. It's Quitte's video.
Yes.
Hey guys, I'm sorry, I forgot. You weren't going to introduce me. I'm Lerart. I'm usually in 0rthodox channel, but I'm here on Quizzes today.
We're invading.
Yes, help me. That's why I didn't introduce you guys. I was like, no, you're invading. No, introduce yourself.
Who are these people on my channel?
Who are they? So we're going to take a look at the newly announced, let's just call it Yukata-Banner, I think, because that's what this banner is going to be all about. And it features two wonderful, wonderful units, and we're going to talk about in this video if you should summon on this video or not. So I guess we should just start, shall we?
Yeah.
Not-
Let's just dive right into it.
I'm gonna just read the adventure details for the first unit. It's Yukata Cassandra. She's a fire staff.
Yes.
Is it a staff?
Yes.
I always get these mixed up. Yes. Okay. Good. She's a fire staff, and she's garbed in a nostalgic yukata. The former court sorceress soothes red. Maybe someone who actually speaks this language should read these. Okay, let me try again.
Yo, tongue
Garbed
twisters.
in yeah, it really is. Garbed in a nostalgic yukata, the former court sorceress soothes wandering souls with her staff of healing. What drives her to wreath
I think it's
herself?
Wreath, yeah.
Wreath herself in such bittersweet memories. Does she seek to overcome old regrets, or is her objective new? So I guess first let's just talk about her design, Lerart. We talked about it earlier, and from what I can tell, you enjoyed the design.
Yeah, I like Cassandra. She's a cool character. I've liked her since she was announced, because I really like the 1 year anniversary. So I like both Audric and Cassandra, and both of their stories are great too. So I really like Cassandra, and yeah, this design is pretty good. She looks healthy.
She looks healthy.
Yeah.
Yes.
For her age, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah, she for someone who doesn't know, Cassandra is actually an older woman who used magic to make herself appear younger. Even though I never understood how this works in anime logic, like, are their bodies actually young, or do they just look young to everyone else?
Like, does she feel back pain and things like that? I don't
She
know.
probably feels back pain, but that's unrelated to her age.
Yeah. Bro,
Yes.
I just got
I'm so sorry.
So her first skill.
Yes, on to her skills.
So yeah, like we said, she's a healing unit. Her first skill is shareable with a cost of 6 share points. What is it called? Skill points? Share
I guess
points?
skill cost, but yeah.
Skill cost. Yeah, exactly. 6 skill cost. It's called Goldfish of the Hereafter. Restores HP to all teammates and grants all teammates the fluorescent fish effect for 15 seconds. During fish attacks will deal bonus non-elemental damage to foes based on 20% of the user's strength. This bonus damage is not affected by buffs, abilities, shapeshifting, or punish effects, and will never deal critical damage or heal the user. The fish effect will not stack. That's quite the long description for just a healing skill.
Yeah.
I like that it's not just a healing skill, right? It's also a buff. Honestly, with a cost of 6 on it, it's gonna be pretty hefty, but do keep in mind we have Mars in this element, so that bonus 20% of user strength in Flame specifically is gonna be a lot higher.
And her strength is not that bad.
Right. Well, obviously it's not necessarily for her, right? To get the most usage out of it. But I want to say multi-hitting characters are going to benefit the most. Because it says attacks will deal bonus non-elemental damage to foes. But is it like
But it doesn't
each hit?
Yep.
Because if
yeah,
it's
or
each
is it-
hit, right? I mean, look at Mega Man, who hits 32 times with a leaf shield. So,
Oh, true.
boys,
I think Azalith's gonna like that a lot.
possibly even Galaxy, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Yes,
so...
she attacks really quick, especially when she has the fake mode.
And it's a shared
And I
skill.
wonder, yeah, and it doesn't say normal attacks. Like, do skills are skills also affected by this?
Yeah, I believe
They
the
should be, right?
understanding is standard attacks, dash attack, force strikes, and your skills should all be getting this bonus damage.
Yeah.
And it
Yes.
seems to be whatever the... And of course we'll have to see in testing and the data mine. But the wording to me implies that it's calculated based... the bonus, if you will, is calculated based on your actual strength itself.
Yeah.
Yes.
So your buffs are non-applicative, right, to that. But your strength based on your dragon and your worm prince, all the passives that are auras, right, will be calculated in with this buff.
Yes, and probably augments too, because
Yeah,
those
yeah.
factor into the base strength.
That and
At
also I
least
think
that's how I
Blade
understand it.
Coab,
Yeah.
because
Yes, should.
Blade Coab is not a buff. So
Yeah, it's just straight up what you have. So I think what do you think about the skill in general? Do you think it's a good skill, a good healing skill, or
It's
does it just sound interesting? Because I think it sounds really good, especially like Ortho said, with being able to share it.
It sounds really good, but the thing that makes me a bit iffy with this skill is that the bonus damage is not elemental. So you won't multiply that by 1.5 like the usual with characters. So it's might be a big bonus. We don't know exactly how it's gonna be calculated. But if it's not elemental, I don't think it's gonna be super dramatical. And I'm assuming the heal is pretty potent, right? But
Yes, probably.
yeah, because it's not it's a burst heal. It's not a regen.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to see, right? Because if it's the damage itself is calculated and it's based off of 20% of user's strength, assuming most characters can reach around like 8k strength in flame, what is that, like, I don't know, 1.6k damage bonus, like, per hit?
Yes.
So I mean, you know, imagine like you have Catherine's shared skill that hits like 32 times or 42 times, and then you use that when you have the goldfish buff on you, and it's 42 times 1.6k bonus.
Yeah, but like we have to see. I think it sounds interesting, but I'm not that sure if it's gonna be that amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a game changer or anything, especially because usually in Volk, especially expert Volk, you often don't even have a healer because a lot of people just run healing skills on their shared skills. Even though I'm a big fan of having a healer on my team, so
Same. Also, like Volk is dead content right now, so.
Oh really? Like every time I hop into it, I find people. So.
I think it's more like not that it's dead, but that Volk is very open at this point.
Yeah.
So people that play in Volk, right, they have a lot of freedom. Halloween Lowen obviously is like an extremely good healer for that fight, and I think it's more important to weigh her against him.
Yes.
And
yes.
before we make any more judgment, it might be better to look at her whole kit, like going forward.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Like her second skill is quite the opposite for a normal. It's a regen skill. Its ritual of soul cleansing gradually recovers the entire team's HP for 15 seconds. So there's not much to talk about that. I guess it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
I usually
which
like
is
having
nice.
the regen on S1 because regen is so good. But
Regen is awesome.
yeah, but I don't know. You don't need that much healing in Volk, so Maybe
but her skill 2 does have a really nice effect, what we will talk about later. So her co-ability is just like most healers have, recovery potency plus 20%. That makes herself better when it comes to healing. And her chain co-ability is something that I find really, really, really interesting. It's it's called taking damage equals strength plus 30%. So if a team member is attuned to flame, increase their strength by 13% for 15 seconds when they take damage. After activating, this ability will not activate again for 5 seconds, and it benefits the whole team, obviously, like chain co-ops just always do. So this is awesome for someone like me who loves to play Chelsea.
Yeah.
Because this is a really, really good chain co-ability for her.
Yeah. I remember when it released, right, I pinged you like right away. It's just like, with Chelsea, every time she attacks, she deals damage to herself, right?
Exactly.
And so, because they have the buff for this skill lasting, or this ability, or co-ability, right, lasting for 15 seconds, you have the ability with Chelsea to have this active 3 times.
Yes.
Right? For each 5 seconds is when you can reactivate, since Chelsea is always damaging herself. That's giving you the ability to have 39% bonus strength as a buff on her at pretty much all times now.
Yeah, if you I mean, there's times when you need to stop hurting yourself so you can survive some blasts like in Master Volk, but usually this is, yeah, like you said, it's just a straight up buff for her.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. So
I'm not really sure if other units can really benefit from this though. Like, are there other units that
I don't think we have any like low HP units in Flame, but it's interesting to note that the taking damage effect, right, we'll probably see more usage down the road. Tying it to the recovery potency is actually not terribly bad, right? Because the traditional 10 hits equals 13 strength is seen as like one of the best strength co-abilities. And this one is one that far surpasses it if you can take multiple hits within a 15-second period.
It's just that it's not ideal. I feel like a lot of Volk's attack, like besides Chelsea, most of the units won't get hit, ideally.
Yeah, we'll have to see though, right? Because you have characters in other elements like Aldred, right? Who like physically hurt themselves like Chelsea. So we would just need to see more characters like Chelsea and Aldred appear for this chain co-ability to be more useful.
And more characters with this co-ability.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those co-abilities where it's really good. Now it just needs characters that can use it.
Yeah.
Are there any shared skills that hurt yourself? Like, I'm not entirely sure. There aren't a lot of skills that do that in general.
Veronica's, but I think it might be cost. I'll check it in the meantime while we're chatting. If you want to continue reading through her kit.
I'm just going to read through her kit and then we will come back to this. But that might be interesting. So her 3 abilities are full HP, strength equals strength plus 20%. So she gets a 20% strength buff when her HP is full. She is stun resistant, and she has I think this is the first one of this kind. It's called skill 2 filled equals strength plus 30%, which means increases the user's strength by 30% while their second skill is available for use. So she's all about buffing herself, actually, with her abilities. Like, I'm really interested to see maybe she's going to deal a lot of damage, and that as a healer sounds really interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think she'll do a lot of damage because her skills itself don't do a lot of damage. But
you could use shared skills. Yeah. So
I guess I think the damage it's gonna be like mainly from buffs.
I kind of want to pull her in the fact that, like, if you sat Galaxy in her backline, right, you get the standard attack damage bonus.
Yes.
And then you have to note that every auto attack that you do or standard attack you do gets the bonus of the goldfish. And then you have 20% full HP on your ability 1, and you have 30% strength on your skill 2 fill, and you have Mars. And I don't know, I could see Cass being extremely high in like strength, right?
Yeah.
It would be a very interesting battle staff, right? Where your shared skills are obviously where your damage would come if you're going to use damaging skills. But it may be better to use her as a utilitarian or a buffing unit. I mean, think about it like this, right? If you're using her and you're primarily focusing on your standard attack, and you're using the goldfish as like your main source of damage, you still have the ability to run other double buffing skills like Halloween Lowen's skill and Patia's skill. And then your Worm Prince can free up to be like Primal Crisis and Brother in Arms. And now you have a unit where you got Nobu for the combo time, you got Brother in Arms, which gives you, well, you know, break damage, which is kind of nice, I guess, but more so the double buff in strength, which ties with Patia's skill, and you'll have high SP uptime, being like a super buffer. Yeah. And then you'll be able to take full advantage of standard attack damage, as well as, look at this, 50% bonus strength in your abilities, right? The Brother in Arms won't clash with the 20% strength from the Flurry strength, and then you'll also get an additional 13% whenever anybody uses a defense skill. Granted, it would probably just be her in Flame that's using a defense, but at least you're getting a 13% strength from Halloween Lowen as an additional heal, and then of course 28% in total from Patia. But yeah, Lerart, you were saying?
I think instead of running Brother in Arms, for her, I would run the dead Wormprint that nobody uses anymore, Crystalline Envoy. Yeah, because it buffs her base strength instead of like being an active buff like Brother in Arms and Primal Crisis. Because the more buffs you have, the less significant they are. But if you buff the base, it's just the base, you know.
I believe the Brother in Arms double buff, right, works, but the if you use Flurry Strength, they clash with base prints.
They do.
But I do see your point. I think then if you were to go that route, you might as well just go for another full HP print, which is Endless Waltz. It's 15% strength at full HP as well.
Maybe even like Jules.
I could see Jules
because
being
Jules,
decent with the skill haste.
Yeah, you get the skill haste and the strength buff, or maybe like United by One Vision if you have it. But
yeah.
You get the idea.
Yeah, I was just thinking it would be nice to have, right? Obviously, Nobu would sit in your backline to give you the bonus strength with the 1.1 multiplier for 10%. Mm-hmm. I think in reality though, like the more I think about her kit, the more like interesting it sounds. I don't know in theory if the strength percentages are enough to make her as good as we're talking, or at least as I'm talking about her. So we'll have to see.
I think it's interesting. I definitely like her kit. I don't think she's gonna be like super good. I think she's gonna be just okay. So far, we don't know basically anything. So like we don't know. But like, assuming from reading her kit, the preview, I don't think she's gonna be that amazing. But I think that is the way to go if you want a DPS healer. Mm-hmm. Not Heimwald, not
yeah,
not the what's the other Orion? No, Orion.
Yeah.
This is the way to go.
The gambling guy.
Yeah. See, what frees her up and what I like the most is that she's unreliant on skill damage unless you wish to build her in that manner with shared skills. So, that being said, like, you can go the full standard attack route. I don't know, though. The only other thing that might be important to note, which may or may not be relevant, is the mods for standard attack combo on a staff. they might not be that great, but the saving grace would be obviously the 20% user strength bonus from Goldfish. Because that's going to apply on every hit that she does.
Yeah, well, that's like if you're at full HP and your skill 2 is filled, that's like, I don't know if you can, yeah, it's 70% buff, so.
Yeah.
And then if you get hit on purpose, you get even stronger. Like, the thing that I'm not entirely sure is if she is a viable alternative for Halloween Lowen, because that's something we need to talk about.
Probably.
Right.
Because
that is a good point.
I think she would be like, because at the moment, like, I don't know if you guys did saw like the viewers, but me, 0rthodox, and Glace and Zumi, we did a 3 Mega Man, 1 Gala Lexi in Master Volk. The only healing we had was my shared skill, 1 shared skill from Halloween Lowen. I healed like 4 times, I think, in the entire quest.
Yeah.
Oh,
if
that's
the
crazy.
team is careful enough, and if the team knows how to use the S3 from Agito, of course that's not ideal. You can get you can get the ER clear with minimal healing, and since she's a dedicated healer, she'll definitely get more heals than I was getting, for sure.
Right.
Especially,
Probably.
yeah.
She should.
The other nice thing too is with that being said, if you are running a Halloween Lowen shared heal or any shared heals, that could completely allow you to forego ever using skill 2 unless you really need it.
Yes, I guess that's the main
It'll be
thing
like an
about
emergency
her.
button.
Yes, exactly. That you never use skill 2, and so you're stronger and you can contribute to the DPS.
Yeah.
But I've read like that a lot of people say that she might not be viable in the oh so holy Marth composition is because she is stun res and not sleep res.
Right.
Because then there's nobody to pop the bobbles. But
I mean,
you know what? I would just say just take not only use Marth, and I'm almost sure that people who want Marth, they will just run with the Lowen anyway.
I mean,
so
usually you don't want triple Marth. The ideal is
I don't want that,
2
but a lot of
Marths,
people want it.
The ideal, like, if you really want to go like the speed route for standard clears, it's 2 Marths, 1 Azalith.
Yes, I never see Azaliths. It's just always.
But then you
3
forego
Marth.
your healer entirely, and you're running Emma.
No. I mean the standard clear on pub clear.
Yeah.
The ideal team, if you want like a fast pub clear, it's 2 Marths, 1 Halloween Lowen, and 1 Azalith. The speed clear is not viable in pubs.
Yeah.
But that's like the ideal.
Tell that to the pups.
Yeah.
You know what? Quit say I will.
That's that would be the ideal, just because I don't know, like, Azalith is amazing. We all know that. But with Marth and Mars, because Azalith is the character that appreciates less boost the most out of the whole cast. Because she can use S2, then S1, then a skill share. And she gets the guaranteed crit. Same for Mars skill prep. She gets all of her skills, and she can use a shared skill with a guaranteed crit. Azalith is better than the sim says.
Yeah, a lot of characters are that way.
Clears,
Generally, it's something. Don't just rely 100% on the DPS. Like, I use the DPS sim to know
to
what
have a
kind
general
of
idea.
DPS prims. Yeah, exactly. And then I will just edit that stuff a little bit for my preferences. But yeah.
And Galax is amazing, but she doesn't abuse from less boost and skill prep from Mars as well as Azalith. In fact, she doesn't abuse well. It's not bad for her, of course. It's still amazing, but it's not. She doesn't like abuse that well because she needs the full gauge to abuse that. And the chances of getting that when you have full gauge are not that high. and if you do, it's just like once, and then you have to charge it again.
Right, right.
While other characters, they can just dish everything anytime.
Yeah. Like I played Gala Lexi for pretty much the first time today, and I've had her since her banner. She's very difficult to play. Like, whoa.
She's pretty fun too. I like her.
Yeah, she is pretty fun.
I like her playing fun. Yeah, and she's really good. But I prefer Azelith still, in general.
Okay, now I'm gonna cut this short because we're kind of drifting off.
Yeah.
and what? Let's just answer the question for our viewers if they should summon for Cassandra.
No.
What do you think, Lerart? You say no. Okay.
No.
For me,
why?
Oh, I was already ready to say yes.
Okay, yeah. No, I just wanted to just like in a few short words while Lerart thinks.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
go ahead.
okay. So I think Volk is not dead, but not a lot of people are doing it, and if you see like how because Volk is a pretty old fight, and pubs are accepting pretty much anyone right now. I've done clears with Serena on pubs, clears with Hildegard, Valentine's Hildegard, with like a lot of characters, and pubs just accept it. Mim, Gala Mim. So I don't think like Cassandra would be so much better than Lowen to the point that people won't accept Lowen anymore. And she looks good. Like I think she'll be pretty good, pretty decent.
So the other question is, will you summon for her?
No, but like it's just that I don't think she's gonna like replace Lowen, and since she's a 5-star, it's gonna be hard to get her. And yeah, I don't think she's gonna replace Lowen. Lowen is pretty good, and she's not gonna replace anyone. That's why I want someone, and she's not limited too.
Okay,
yeah, that is a good point.
Sounds good.
I mean, for the viewers, you know, if you don't have Halloween Lowen, right? That's maybe the bigger question. If you do have Halloween Lowen, I'm gonna say this is probably a pass banner, just because she's not limited. You could always dream summon her, assuming the anniversary will have a dream summon or possible multiple dream summons. We don't know. It's just so close. I mean, like, the thing is anniversary is what, like 24 days away? I mean, September 27th is the game's anniversary. So
yeah, it's like in a month. So
you know, I don't think I would specifically summon on this banner, but then again, you might see a video of me summoning, so I don't know what to tell you other than I like her feet, so it is what it is, boys.
Okay. Yeah, like I have the same opinion actually. I think you don't need her, like with most units. Like you can clear with Halloween Lowen, even if you don't have him and you have a Valentine's Hildegard, you can even clear with her, like where Lerart said. For like my philosophy is, if you like this character, sure, go ahead. And you can clear anything in Dragalia Lost with every character, right, guy?
Yeah,
oh,
just
absolutely.
Look at the Mega Man carry in Master.
Yeah,
just look at Glace's carry.
Yeah, please take a look at the 0rthodox channel. There's an amazing clear with Mega Man. Just goes to show that every unit is viable in this game. And
Special
I don't really
thanks
think
to Glaze.
that. Yes, thank you, Glaze. So I don't think that you need her. I don't think that you should summon for her. Will I summon? Absolutely. I want her. I love Cassandra. I'm very sad that I cannot use her normal version because she's just not that good. Or, I mean, and that's putting it nicely, I guess. So I just want to play as Cassandra. So, and I think her kit looks interesting, and I might actually do some damage playing her. So, yeah, I want her.
I just wish she was like a good water unit. That's all I wanted.
Oh, yes.
It would be cool if she had the
That's
same
true.
exact kit, but she was water with the goldfish mechanic, right?
Oh yeah.
Actually, it kind of seems like especially her design is very blue. She has the waves on her Yukata. Kind of feels like she shouldn't be a flame unit.
I guess like the hand fan and the thing on the Yukata. I don't know how to say it. It's the red thing.
It's a ribbon.
Yeah, the
Isn't
ribbon.
Yeah.
It's red, I guess, but she doesn't look like a flame unit at all.
No,
Yeah.
really, no.
Must be a very spicy summer festival. That's all I can say.
I mean, when I look at her, I get warm. So, phew. All right. Let's talk about the second unit in this banner, and it's Curran in a Yukata. He's. I'm just gonna read. I'm gonna try to read his description. I hope I don't butcher it. So Curran, freshly clad in a Yukata, strikes out with Lathna to enjoy a Hinamoto and Summer Festival. His initial trepidation quickly gave way to delight as he acclaimed to the garb's breezy fit. Who knew inquiring could be so comfortable? So what do you think about his just absolutely beautiful design?
It's pretty good.
It looks great. And there's a little cameo of Baby in the corner, so...
There's also a cat on his shoulder.
I wonder if it's a real cat or not.
I think
it's
it's
a
a plushie,
but-
yeah.
Yeah. Is it in his 3D model? I didn't.
He probably
I
won
haven't
it for
really-
Lathna in the festival.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
For being,
probably.
you know... So,
Man, we haven't gotten a 4-star in months now.
what if...
I mean, we got one
4-star
for on the
Lathna.
Zubajeng.
That was the
Oh,
last
yes,
one.
4-star Lathna, please,
Yeah.
please, yes.
Lathna could be a 4. Oh, hopefully she's a 4-star. I don't think she'll
That
be
would be
though.
amazing.
I think
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
she's
think it'll just be this
current.
banner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, let's see her.
Otherwise, she probably wouldn't be there. Although we had Lowen in Louise's
True.
art, I think.
True.
So we don't know. So his design is awesome. He has a small Jupiter mask. I love Curran in general, as you might know if you've seen my Husbando video. So I'm very happy he gets an old. Very, very happy. And he's a 5-star, obviously, light a dagger. So that's interesting.
Yeah, that's a pretty
what I-
stacked weapon element.
Yes, and you know, he is the first 5-star dagger, I think, that we got now. And I've read that we now finally, after almost 2 years, now have a 5-star in every weapon category, in every element.
No.
And
We
he
had
wa-
some 5-stars in. You mean the non-limited? Maybe.
Yeah, non-limited.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah, exactly. It was not limited. Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause even technically Wukong is limited, right, if you didn't play during the event?
Yeah.
exactly, yeah. So yeah, that's how it was. Yeah, the not limited 5-stars are now complete. So his first skill is called Ricochet Bolts, or Ricochet Bolts. It has a skill cost of 4, and I mean it's a shareable skill, and it deals light damage to enemies directly ahead. If this skill is used during Maskable Faith mode, it will also inflict paralysis. And I'm just gonna read the second skill also already. It's called Maskable Faith. It activates Maskable Faith mode. If this skill is used during Maskable Faith mode, a variant called Shimmering Pinwheels will be used instead. Shimmering Pinwheels deals light damage to enemies directly ahead and inflicts stun. This skill can only be used when the user's HP is 50% or above, and Maskable Faith mode will automatically be deactivated when the user's HP falls below 30% of their maximum HP. Whew! So what do you guys think about these skills?
I like that the Ricochet Bolts doesn't always do paralysis, right? So at least your first initial usage before Maskable Faith is charged can be done without paralysis infliction, kind of easing up, if you will, on actually causing paralysis, as often as the current light roster likes to do. I think Peony alone can do like 7 stacks or something ridiculous if you're running Tietjan, Gungsu, and a bow and whatnot. So it's a bit much for paralysis.
I mean, that's not the ideal for Peony, but...
Well, probably not.
In theory,
but
you
you
could
know,
do
we
that,
never
so-
know. I mean, like moving forward, she'll probably relegate herself as a buffer. But for the time being, right, she has one of the highest personal damages alongside her kit. She has a Glio in shadow type feel, but in light. Not as potent, obviously, right? Because she's not necessarily transcending her element, but it's the idea of that. I
didn't know she's that strong.
Yeah, no, she's wild.
like,
It's crazy.
it's
For-
just
for-
that-
at least when you look at in light specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I'm sorry, Lerart, I keep cutting you off. What were you saying?
No problem. Because I was checking. I just checked again, like just to reassure myself.
Mhm.
And even her buff gets lower with Tian Shanzang, Gonzu, because she doesn't get the buff zone from Daikokuten, and she loses at 1,600 DPS. She loses almost 10k DPS. I don't think she's gonna like go to that route. So I never got 4 stacks of paralysis on my team, even with like Peony and what's her name, Mitsuhide on the team.
Yeah. We'll have to see.
So-
I mean, I do like that, obviously he has to have Maskable Faith turned on in order for it to do paralysis.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a shareable skill of 4, which leads me to believe that it's a low SP cost,
Not that
Uh,
strong too.
Yeah, multi-hitting effect, right? And we can see that more in his kit with his passives. There's a requirement or a request of his skill that looks really good. So
Okay, shall we should just take a look at the rest of the kit before we continue talking?
yeah, that would be perfect.
Okay, let's do that. His co-ability is a critical rate of 10%, just like it's normally with daggers. His chain co-ability is an energy equals shadow resistance plus 8%. Ability: if a team member is attuned to light, reduces shadow damage taken by them by. Is that correctly? I'm
Reduces
It
taken
sounds
by them
weird.
by. Yeah, it's just a lot of buys.
Yeah, it's taken by 8% for 15 seconds when their energy level is increased. After activating, this ability will not activate again for 15 seconds. Pretty meh, I think. His abilities are multiple skill hits equals energy level up 2. Energizes the user. It completely energizes the user every time the ricochet ball skills hits enemies 10 times during the same combo. Super interesting. He's poison resistant, and he has the energy equals strength and critical rate 3 ability, which I think only Yaten had up until now. Increases the user's strength and critical rate as their energy level increases. The maximum bonus given when the user is energized is strength plus 20% and critical rate plus 8%. So this is interesting. Like I read that correctly, right? That he gets completely energized when he gets 10 hits off with ricochet balls. So that's crazy.
Yeah. So what I am assuming is that ricochet bolts just bounce. So like, you can assume that from the name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And,
maybe you need to shoot it at the wall or something like that to be
And
effective.
the only way you get multiple hits, like 10 hits, is if you plan the skill ricochet well. Not sure. We'll have to see.
I mean, that's what it sounds like. They only showed the shimmering pinwheels attack, I think, in the
Is that
in
the
trailer.
one that they showed? I know they showed one, right? And it was like an
think,
AoE in
yes.
front of him.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna let it play in the background of this video from time to time, so maybe people will take a look at it. so they actually take a look at the screen from time to time.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. It depends on how difficult this will be to pull off, but what's crazy is that if it is easy to pull off, you are energized at every S1.
Yes,
Every
and
S1
if
will also energize you, which is crazy when you look at like his third ability, which increases his strength and crit up to 20% and then 8 crit. I mean, like, that's not entirely a large bonus for the energy, but it's free.
Yeah, and if you use his second skill, sorry for cutting you off, I'm just gonna get this out. And then if you've managed to energize and then use his second skill, I think this might hit very hard.
Right. The other thing that I was thinking that would be really fun is Lucretia as his backline, because Lucretia's chain co-ability is energy equals inspiration.
Ooh.
So if you're energized, right, you'd get 1 stack of inspiration. So after 5 skill 1s, if they all did the 10 hits, you'd have an inspired S2 and it would be energized. All by yourself in your kit. So
that's crazy.
yeah, I mean, that would be crazy. I mean, on top of that, I mean, let's say you go for like a really heavy damaging shared skill, you know? You have that ability in your pocket too if you wanted to do a different energized or inspired or together type combo. But judging that it will most likely take you 10 seconds to charge your ricochet bolts, I don't see the 10-second drawback for getting inspiration to be a drawback for him.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Honestly, his kit and everything that he has to offer is 100% dependent on what his S1 looks like and how easy it is to work with.
Yes, I'm pretty sure. Like, it sounds difficult, but we'll just have to wait and see what it looks like. So.
Yeah. I do like this idea of adding energy to these daggers, because we had Summer Norwin with it, and he had the unique ability of activating skill shift in both of his skills. And he's turning out to be a monster, at least from what I've seen. I know we had a friend and buddy, Alf, in the Discord. I hope I'm saying that right. They did a solo with Summer Norwin in Master Jupiter, so that was really cool.
Which is crazy. Just absolutely crazy.
Right. So, and that was, of course, aided by the energy mechanic that was provided, being fully energized off of S4. Or skill shift 4, if you will, from Norwin. So that gives me high hopes for this on Curran, when all he is required to do is, I'm assuming it may be a case where there are only 10 hits on his S1, and this requires you to land all 10 hits. But that being said, that makes Curran's skill ceiling, right, pretty high if that's the case, and that would make players who are good with him that much better.
The problem with him is there's no content yet for him, but it will arrive at the end of the month.
Right.
So very interesting to see how he plays for now in like in Zodiark. You can't really, I mean, you could use him, but then you would need someone who cleanses off the curse because he's poison res.
Right. Otherwise, you're running like a Affliction Guard or something like that to get around the blast.
Exactly.
Maybe like I don't know. We have to see, but you know how like the twins can get afflicted by bog and stun and like multiple times. And we have a new imprint that is paralysis Punisher and stun Punisher. He can apply both.
And granted, he also has Twinfold Bonds.
Ooh.
Yeah,
so
and if that fight works like twins, that print might be pretty good for him. Not sure.
That might be actually really good, yeah.
I think it's not probable, but could be the case.
Yeah, go on, sorry.
Like, it's not limited, the worm print's not limited, so if don't rush. Just let's see how the fight is. And if it is the case, buy it. Because I don't think it's a good worm print. If that's not the case, but if it is the case, then I think it's a pretty good worm print.
And it also has beautiful art. It's just beautiful.
Yeah,
it's so cute.
That's true.
Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
just something really quick that I just noticed. Like, his base strength is 497, and Cassandra's base strength is 469. 69, and which is crazy. I didn't notice it earlier. Her strength is actually really high, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like that makes me even more interested in her. Okay, let's go back to her.
It's not super high, but for a staff, it's pretty high.
Yeah, for a staff, it's definitely higher. We can take a look at the requirements, right, for it, or what the other staffs look like, but.
And current stats are the same from Mitsuhide's. Literally the same, both HP and strength. So that's the thing.
Yeah. He definitely has it in a tough element where Mitsuhide is such a prominent figure. for him to compete, but I don't necessarily think that they are direct competitors, as he is energy oriented, which may work if Lucretia or another energy light character gets a spiral and has more team energy. Like, I think Anelli has team energy, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't seen her
she
in
does.
forever.
I think they are, because like both are paralysis inflictors, both are daggers with the standard dagger co-abs and on the same element. I think it's they still like compete with the shot.
Well, the biggest thing is he's poison res. So if poison res and curse res both exist as mechanics that are required of Tartarus, then you'll have Curran.
The case.
Although then again, as we talked briefly about Radiant Swanzang in the way past, depending on how that works out, if you compare like how Volk is, then you really only need one unit of each resistance to do the mechanics. Zwanzang most likely will be the one that covers poison, judging by how paralysis heavy Light currently is, and that she has the ability to reduce the resistance of paralysis on the bosses.
Maybe Falbert gets a spiral.
One more time. Albert?
Maybe Falbert gets a spiral.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
A spiral for Albert so bad.
Just a small thing, like Cassandra actually has the same stats as Valentine's Hildegard.
Oh.
Huh.
Just to come back to that, so and then let's continue. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just wanted to get that out.
Okay, yeah. So traditional staff stats, if you will.
Yeah.
In first impressions for Curran, I do actually believe that Curran is a stronger unit, or provides more of a reason to pull on this banner than Cassandra. I honestly think that Curran is pretty good and has the potential to be one of the best like personal DPS lights in the game. The fact that he can just energize himself multiple iterations over and over again is very, very good. Especially with shared skills, because now you're not limited to his own mods. You can go beyond his mods and find better skills to energize if his aren't very good.
To infinity and beyond.
Pretty much.
As a wise person once said.
Pretty much. I mean, the other thing too is if in fact Tieshan Gongsu becomes a relevant dragon, which you may see if the spiral for Hildegard exists. Hildegard would obviously cover any kind of curse weakness that he would have, as well as give him additional energized moments. So imagine you have S1 ready, and then Hildegard energizes you. You hit your S1, it's energized. You re-energize yourself. So that's
pretty. That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually agree on this. Like, I think he. Let's just start the should you summon. For Curran, I think yes, he sounds really good. We don't really have that many super strong light units yet, especially not non-limited. And the Tartarus fight will come soon.
Right.
And he's hot. He looks good. His kit looks good, and
he might as well be fire.
It's just yes for me.
Because he's fire.
You're right.
Yeah.
He's actually a fire unit, guys. I'm sorry we cheated you. We lied to all of you, and you didn't even notice.
Don't ignore the yellow coloration and the light emblem. He's flame.
Now I wanna see someone clear Master Walk with him, which will probably happen.
Yeah,
I'm entirely sure this will happen.
Yeah. Lerart, what do you think about Curran? Do you think he provides a stronger case to summon than Cassandra?
Definitely, then Cassandra, yes, but I still don't think it's worth summoning. If you have decent units in light, which you probably have, Flurry is pretty good. For example,
yes.
Of course, she relies on paralysis, but that was never an issue in expert.
Right.
And that's the case for we're getting expert, we're not getting master, so that's not a problem for now. We have some pretty good units. Of course, most of them are limited, but Peony is amazing. Tian Shonzang, she's not limited, she's pretty good.
Yachio is still a really good unit.
Is a pretty good unit.
Nobody runs her, but she's good. Odetta is really good. I think. I mean, maybe not, but she's cute.
She's cute, but like
yeah.
No, she's not good. I know. Yeah. I just wanted to mention her.
Summer Mikoto is not limited. Pretty recent one, and a lot of people summoned. So.
And Summer Cleo is also not bad.
Summer Cleo, she's decent. Halloween Alyssand.
She energizes too, doesn't she?
She does. Halloween Alyssand is getting a change on her Spyro. She might be good after that.
She already got it.
Did she?
It's been, like it came out on Monday.
Oh.
And apparently it's actually not that bad. I think at least. Like, I'm pretty sure I saw people say that.
I see. So Euden, which we can get to it later, but like Euden is pretty good. Gala Luca, not that great in my opinion, but he's still pretty good.
How dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you, Lerart?
Zubaje.
I'm kicking you out of the video. Bye.
Zubaje, Mitsuhide, even Sharina, like Albert will probably get a Spyro, and if he gets a Spyro, I'm pretty sure he'll be really good.
Oh yeah,
so, like,
he will hit like a truck.
Yeah.
He will isekai Tartarus into another world.
Yeah. So I think Light doesn't have that many like amazing characters, but I don't see Curran like just power creeping everyone. I think he'll be like as good as Summer Mikoto, which is pretty good. So if you have like just one of those units, I don't think it's worth summoning. I'm skipping. That's like, I think I never got a easier skip in my entire life than this banner.
Okay.
And I really like those characters. It's just, yeah.
Ortho, will you summon? I mean, you already talked about
I think
in
if I'm pulling right, then I'm more so pulling for Cassandra than anything. I don't think Curran is a reason for me to pull, as I do have Mitsuhide, and I'm not entirely that big of a dagger fan. So, I mean, from his kit alone, it looks pretty good. I can't justify him as a backline unit because Mitsuhide is a much better dagger in that respect, with combo time and crit. As a shared skill, I don't know the mods, but share cost 4 looks promising. But it only pretty much does damage when you're using it as a shared skill.
Any paralyzes, so yeah.
So we'll have to see on that. I'm not too keen of skills that just damage unless they have like high combo count or something of that nature, like Catherine's.
Or really high mods like Curran's.
Yeah,
like
or really high.
Currents.
Yeah. They gotta have really solid mods. So I think for me personally, I'm gonna say Curran's not my focus. If I do pull him, like obviously I probably would build him. I'm not sure. But I think for the viewers, I would say that Curran is not a summon unless he's your husbando, right?
Or you don't have any good light units.
Yeah, I mean, if you missed Radiant Swansang and in that banner with Gala Leaf
and Peony and Mitsuhide and Gala Luca and
then he
Tsubaje,
looks yeah
and the Summer
So if
Mikoto.
you're a new player, yes, pull.
Yeah.
If you're not new, don't pull.
Right.
That's basically what Lerart is saying.
Right. So yeah, I think for me again, then just to reiterate, for me, Curran's a no.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like, I know I said that before, but like just wanted to mention again, it's not a limited banner, and we're getting the anniversary soon, so
Yes,
I really
maybe.
think this is like just a bait.
It is extremely good.
They
bait.
took, yeah,
Like,
it is a really good bait. Like they took 2 of the like fan favorite characters that didn't have an alt, and just made an alt for them. It's a pretty good bait, and it's a Gala remix, so like higher rates. But I think it's a skip for me.
Now that you mention it, that it's a Gala remix, let's just jump to the last part that I just want to talk about really quickly. Don't want to get into the details for this. Gala Prince is also on Raid-Up, and there might also be another secret character on Raid-Up, like last time. I think it was Cleo was in Raid Up and Gala.
Alex.
Who was it? Alex, exactly.
Gala Alex wasn't on
And-
Raid Up, but she was on the banner.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
she was on the
she was
banner,
on
but
Raid
not
Up, but
in
she was
Raid,
in
yeah.
Banner. So don't forget, not every Gala unit is in this banner. I remember someone from the Discord being like, "I want Gala Renzel," and they went completely ham, not
Oh,
noticing
That's sad.
that Gala Renzel wasn't even in the banner. So don't make that mistake, folks.
They
But
definitely
on
were a
Raid
martyr
Up-
for us.
Yes. So on Raid Up is Gala Prince or Gala Euden, and the people can now see on the screen if it's a yay or a nay. And what do you guys think? Should people summon for Gala Prince if they do not have him on this banner? Do you think yay or nay?
Okay, I'm gonna let 0rthodox say before because I have a lot to say about Gala Euden.
Oh, sure.
Okay, then
I'll be short
Also
with
go
mine then. I'll be short.
okay.
Gala Euden
2
is,
hours
is
later.
a hard no. This unit is like not that great. Like he looks good, but in practice, he's just. There are a lot of characters that do better than he does. The only thing that is worth noting about his kit, in my opinion, is that his co-ability and chain co-ability are unique, just entirely unique. But that being said, like I built him and I used him for like an expert Zodiac clear, and then every other light unit seems to just be better in terms of usage. So.
And more fun to play, I have to add that.
Yeah, I just think his skills are too high cost, right? And as a sword, I like playing swords, but I don't like playing Gala Prince. So, I just don't think his performance is worth like chasing, even as a Gala unit. He's probably one of the weaker Gala units, in my opinion. So yeah, that's my thoughts.
Then I'm just gonna give my thoughts before Lerart goes on. I think so too. Like I already I dropped the hint. I don't really enjoy playing him. I loved getting him. I think his Exalted Glory is one of the best has one of the best attack animations in the game. It looks really good and it's fun to use, but it just takes forever to charge. And I don't even think his buff zone is that good. But he was really useful in Expert Zodiac, but he looks cool, but it's an A for me. I don't think that you should go hard for him. Okay, Lerart.
Yeah. So
Go.
I think Gala Euden is super underrated. I don't think he's like amazing, but I think he's so much better than a lot of people say. First of all, of course, the obvious. As a Gala unit, he has dual rest, so he's immune to both poison and curse, and I think that's a really good thing. As we've seen in every Agito, they can inflict both afflictions in the element, and being immune to both just gives him space in any team, right? Second, I would like to see like the shapeshifting boost ability, or maybe even like Dragonlight's Resolve, making not only like Draconic Charge. Sorry, having like some kind of passive Dragon Gauge regen, but that's not the case. He only gets like some buffs to dragons and stuff. But as a sword, he can melt the overdrive bar. I think he's the best sword in the element. As right now, some people think Alphonse is better, and if Albert gets the Spiral, he's gonna be amazing. But the buff zone is only 20%, and the SP cost is not that good. It's 3,800. But like, the thing is, it's so big. It is so big. So a problem I have with Gala Cleo, that I don't have with characters like Eugene, for example, and Gala Euden, is that while Gala Cleo's buff zone is not like minuscule. It's pretty big. It's not big enough. And Gala Euden just covers like a fourth of the map. It's hard to like position your buffs on a place that people cannot abuse it. The S2, of course, it takes a while to get it ready, but with the right scene comp, with the right worm prints, and you can get it a little bit faster, like some seconds faster, and it does a lot of damage. So like if you save it for break, or like if you put the buffs on before using it, it does so much damage. It's just such a strong skill. Of course, it's not really liable to your DPS, like consistent DPS. But I think right now, if like you just save your skill to like a specific places, it's so good. It's such a strong skill. It, of course, like it's not flexible, which makes it a little not as good, but it just does a lot of damage. Has decent utility, and overall, like I just think he's so underrated. His personal damage is not that bad in light, and the buff zone, of course, always take buffs with a grain of salt in DPS team. But his buffs are pretty good. And Daiko Kuten is an amazing dragon in light, and the attack rate buff zone. So what I did before with 2 Gala Euden comps, it was 2 Gala Eudens with Daiko Kuten, both of us. We got the buff zone, and we got the like 2 attack rate buff zones, and we just destroyed the boss. Like his Zodiac had like half HP, and like in seconds we broke him and killed him with the 40% buff zone and the attack rate buff zones from Daiko Kuten, because the entire team had it. The thing about Gala Euden is that like he can stack really well with almost everyone. I am positive Gala Euden would be super meta on the Agito.
Tartarus.
Yeah. I'm positive.
Okay, you know what? You kind of sold me. Maybe I should actually play him more again.
He's super good. I think he's super good.
I mean,
I don't think he's a bad Gala unit. Of course, he's not as good as like Gala Cleo, Gala Alex, but I think he's like the 4th best.
Maybe I just dislike playing him because I'm not a big fan of the Zodiac fight, and Gala Euden's role there was just to be the buff bot and to just decrease the overdrive bar, and I just preferred playing other units like Dragon Yule Melora or Gala Luca. I just enjoy these units on this fight way more.
Yeah, I think
so. Maybe I will enjoy playing him in Tartarus.
Yeah. I have him built up, and I have the cheese. I already planned the cheese for Tartarus. I talk about this multiple times with 0rthodox. So it's
Oh, don't spoil it.
Sorry.
I'm gonna have to beep that out. Other people will steal your idea.
Yeah, we can chat about it as we get closer, right?
Yeah. Like it's
okay.
just...
Then I'm gonna actually peep it out. Sorry, guys.
I just think I don't think you should summon just for him, but I think he's a lot better than people say. I'm gonna say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I
will put 2 nays and 1 yay.
Yeah, I do think it's important just to note that like what makes Euden good, Gala Euden good in Zodiark was tanking that blast and having his Draconic Charge activate at the beginning of the fight and being usable. Without it, it's a dead skill unless Tartarus has some kind of mechanic. I really doubt that he's going to be like a cakewalk, and like you won't get to activate the Draconic Charge somewhere in the fight. But he may or may not have an opening blast or a position or place where you can use that skill or ability at the beginning. So yeah, we'll just have to see, I guess.
Okay. With Euden, you don't even need Cupid to heal with Dragon Form.
True.
So Yeah, I guess it's more of a we'll have to see scenario. I think though it is a safe bet that if you were to pass this banner and not pull, that Gala Euden would be on rate up again during the anniversary.
Probably.
So
yes.
if
like
your
last
sole,
year they had all of them.
yeah, if your sole
rate,
reason is like, oh, I want Gala Prince, well, chances are, because of how last year was done, where everyone was on rate up, there may even be an opportunity where we get a dream summon, but you get to choose your Gala unit.
Yeah.
Um,
I still like. After I talk about Euden,
Mhm.
I still think it's a skip. This banner, even if you
Oh,
have
okay.
like,
Three
like,
nays.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Then I guess we should probably wrap this up by now because we've talked for over an hour now.
yes.
And if you guys enjoy listening to us talk, there will be another video, like what did you call it? Halidom Hotspot, right? Did you call it Halidom Hotspot?
Yeah, you referencing the our
Podcast.
Yeah, your podcast.
one-stop shop,
that you-
all things Dragalia
Yeah.
Lost. Yes.
okay, that will be on 0rthodox channel very, very soon, I think.
Yes.
Should be, right? Can I even talk about it here? I don't know.
Yeah, we did announce that you are the special guest,
Yeah.
so
Yes.
of course you'll be seeing the three of us chatting in all things Dragalia Lost, not just the banner. So
Yes, exactly.
yeah,
So thank you guys for joining me on this very fun podcast type video. I wish you all of the best luck out there, and also you guys. Do you have any last words before I murder you in cold sleep?
no, I think
I mean, before I release you into the wild. I mean,
I think
Just
that's
say
it.
something.
As long as I get the feet, then I'll be good. So
Follow me on Twitter.
okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. No
I will
plugs
link you
necessary.
guys,
Please, just feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, just feed.
So
I'll put their links in the description below.
so follow me on Twitter, and thanks so much for having me, Quite.
Oh yes,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Thank you for inviting
Thanks
us.
for being here.
Thank you so much.
I mean, you basically invited yourself when you just told me that you're gonna kill me if I don't invite you. So,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna tell that to the viewers. Sure.
Yeah. Like if
Nah,
you don't
it's
invite me
just kidding.
again, I think I'm gonna like just maybe
Oh, snap my neck.
yeah
Cool.
like
Like a Twix.
hang you on my wall or something.
Oh my.
The poor ball.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap this up. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe to me and 0rthodox, and also go follow Lerart on Twitter. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Say bye or I will kill you.
Bye.
Bye.